Good morning. This is Morten from Inkish. Today I have the honor of talking to Folker from Brother. We have had the pleasure to meet Brother at I think it was Label Expo or FESPA, or it's been a while since I met you in person, but here we are. And the reason why we're talking is, of course, because you have a 50th anniversary very soon, where you started to invite people to come and celebrate you. But of course, when you talk to Inkish, we have to talk about other things as well. So, but welcome here on Inkish, Folker.
Good morning and welcome. And by the way, it was Vespa.
It was FESPA.
With
Okay, yeah, yeah, it was FESPA Berlin. Now I remember. Yeah, yeah. So that was great. It seems to me when I see Brother at different expos these days that first of all it looks like that your R&D has been very busy, but it also seems to me that the combination of software and hardware and being very active in the market has given you a fantastic market position. Is it all down to you, or because I mean you work in marketing?
I would love to say yes, but no, for sure not. This is our digital department, what we have here in Emmerich, in Germany, and for sure also the collaboration with our head office in Japan. That the strategy really is to, for sure, to stay with our hardware sales and everything, but also to add software solutions, digital solutions, because this is the future, what we think.
Hmm. I was just wondering because I mean, when you come at trade shows like FESPA and you see the type of equipment that you also deliver, especially I pay special attention to the DTG equipment, for example. But when I look at that kind of thing, it seems like a very competitive market. What do you think is the secret key to the success of Brother?
First of all, I would say it's definitely the quality and everything what is around. Um, a lot of companies having good machines, that's no doubt, but it is the service, the support, the reliability of the machines, what people are looking for. Because when you are in a production, you want to run your machine 24/7 and don't have downtimes.
So it is. I was just about to say that it's kind of because I used to work also in a Japanese company, one that you should know of because it was Roland. I was marketing manager for Roland in Scandinavia, but that was on the musical side, and at that time, musical and DG was at the same company. Um, but I always think of the Japanese companies very focused on let's say the technology, high quality, and things like that. But that is, I think that the real success when you look at the Japanese mentality of high quality equipment is combined with a more Western approach to marketing. Is that something that you recognize, or?
Definitely, I think everybody who works for Japanese companies would agree. Um, we have the development center for hardware in Japan, and what they are doing, they are very precise. What comes out is definitely a lot of times tested and everything.
Mhm.
And when it comes to marketing, for example, they give luckily us for our region, for example, but also for America, they give a little bit of freedom to do the marketing for those regions because each region is different.
Mhm. And of course, because I mean, though you work out of Germany, I guess that you still need to have like the more European perspective of, let's say, everything that is. And I remember from my time at Roland that I mean, how you market products and services in Japan is totally different from Europe, right, and also from America. So I guess that having the approach of letting you manage as much as possible in order to let's say hit the nerve and the culture of Europeans
Mm.
is very important, right?
Yes, definitely. We have regular meetings with all head of marketings from Japan, America, Australia.
Mm.
But to find a general overview or saying about our products, but
Mm.
it is for each region very specific. It is even in our region already specific. You cannot do the same advertisement campaign in Scandinavia like you do in Egypt, for example.
Mm. No, that's true.
This is very challenging, but we like it very much.
Yeah. How long have you been with Brother?
11 years now.
11 years. And I mean, if you look at, I mean, 11 years ago, and you look forward to now. Uh, I mean, what are the biggest changes? We're not talking about the products, but more about how you approach the market. What has changed the most in your view?
The biggest change is for sure when I started here in Emmerich, we were with 25 people.
Hmm.
Now we are with around about 100 people,
Wow.
and with new departments. And this, so we changed from that, we called it family style company
Mhm.
to a very big company, and we
Mhm.
are still growing. So every year we grow more and more. As I said, we just released our new digital solution department, and yeah, but this is something you can see our strategy in the last 10 years worked.
Mm. And my question was also because I mean, the internet is becoming more and more dominant in how you market and communicate with people. And I was just thinking that also when you say that Egypt to Scandinavia, I mean the cultures are so different, but we also, I think to some extent we also the world is getting smaller. But so when you work on marketing and communication, how do you find your inspiration to do the right things in so many different markets?
Yeah, first of all, we do some research as always. We have a very close contact because we have a huge dealer network in each region.
Mhm.
So we are in very close contact with them about what is going on in their market, how to communicate in the best way. And to be honest, a lot of this is also experience over the years.
Mm.
It's also sometimes you fail. This is this is something you fail, you learn,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
do better the next time.
But it would be strange. I mean, because I think that the worst thing that can happen is that you are afraid of doing anything because of failure. Because with the failures you learn, basically, right? So I think that's very important. And on the product side, what are the trends in? Because I mean, if you look at the broader, say product portfolio, it's quite wide actually, right? So what are the major trends if you look at the 11 years that you have been with Brother, the changes from when you started to now?
So the biggest trend from when I started here till now is definitely digitalization of the machines,
Mm-hmm.
and you mentioned already our softwares. From well, you can now from everywhere in the world check your company, your machines, what is running, and all those things were totally science fiction 10 years ago, and and this is something which will go on in the future,
Mm-hmm.
also for huge productions, but also for small ones. Even the small ones want to have their machines connected to the internet, to online shops, and things like this. And this is something all of us have to face and have to work.
Mm. And if you, I mean, talking about that, because I was also thinking that it seems that in many segments, and I think that also goes a little bit into when we talk about, for example, the DTG, that it is also democratization process. Basically, more and more, designers they want to create their own stuff, but also smaller, medium-sized companies want to be able to create and produce things like that. So I guess that the portfolio that you have is also really supporting that the market is diversifying in these years, right?
Definitely, we as brother, we have from sewing machines, industrial sewing machines, embroidery machines. We have labeling machines for later on packaging. So also brother has karaoke machines. Okay, this is maybe not for our industry necessary, but you never know. No, and this wide range of products
Mm.
can really help the productions and the people to get it all from one hand.
Mm. And then now we spoke about the DTG segment, but of course you have also like the white format that you introduced in was it in Munich that you introduced the first generations of what you how is that going? Because that is like a relatively new market for you guys, right?
It's going very well. We decided to go into that market because we have the experience with our printheads, our inks. We have the network, what we now have really fully established. So we have our dealer network running because we insist on people selling our machines who are really experienced in the field. And since last year, it's really going well. It was for us also something we had to learn.
Mm-hmm.
How do we do marketing
In another
for white
segment.
font,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
for
Mm.
printing? But we were successful so far, and
Mm.
we're looking forward to the future.
Mm. I was just about to say that I congratulate you on that particular, because I mean, if entering a little late to the large format segment in a very competitive market must, I mean, it must prove that your dealer network and your marketing and communication works, because why should people else buy a brother branded equipment, basically, right? I mean, I'm asking a little bit because I'm every time we come to the FESPA shows, I'm always I sometimes feel a little pity for for the customers buying large format, because the first thing you see when you go to a trade show is just you see all these machines go like this and styling print come out of them. It must sometimes be very difficult to choose which supplier to choose. Of course, you have the name and you have the service and things like that, but as you're new in that segment, you must have spent quite a few money to get into that market to build up that presence, right?
Definitely, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the good thing for us is also our machine has some unique selling points.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the water-based ink, our print heads, piezo print heads with 1200 dpi.
Mm-hmm.
So there are people, what we found out also in the research at the beginning, they are especially looking for things like this.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we got gold certifications. So there is space for us in the market.
We spoke about it very briefly as well, but the first time you and I met was also, as you clarified, that was at FESPA in Berlin. And I remember because one of your colleagues presented some of the software you do, and I was honestly very impressed with it, because it, first of all, I mean, of course, it did what it was supposed to do, but it was also like a company like Brother, when you move into delivering storefronts or production software, it needs to be super great and things like that. And it seemed that you have been thinking a lot about some of the things. Is software also an important part of the Brother business, or do you see it more as something that just supports the hardware sales?
Um, okay, for sure, it supports the hardware sales.
Mm.
That's definitely the
Mm.
case.
Mm.
But we see that when we have our own software development, we can react way quicker
Mm.
to the market needs, and also if big productions need something, if you have your own department for this, it helps,
Mm.
and it helps both ways. It helps
Mm.
for us to learn what do the people really want, because we are in direct contact with,
Mm.
and on the other hand, they get what they need.
Mm. Now, you sent out a press release about your 50th anniversary in Europe here. Um, that is a milestone, of course. Before we talk about the event itself, I was just wondering, having the let's say a backbone of 50 years of experience, is that like something that also from a marketing and communication perspective is very important, or is it more like, we should look forward? Or I mean, because I'm asking because a lot of companies, when they have these celebrations, they spend a lot of time looking back. I remember there was another Japanese company that at the trade show in the US last year spent all the money on a trade. I'm not kidding, but show all the money at the trade show to show a 125-year-old machine. And I was just like, well, to spend so much time and energy on the past is, I do understand it, but why is it important to stick to the, let's say, an anniversary like the 50th?
I think first of all, it shows that we are a reliable and long-term partner for all of them, all our customers, companies we work together with, and you have to know where you come from to see where you're going to.
Mm.
As I said, it changed a lot in the last 10 years or 11 years. It changed a lot from when we started here with a very small office,
Mm-hmm.
and to see how it went on,
Mm.
um, with good ideas, with good times, with bad times and
Mm.
bad ideas. I think that's very important for a
Mm.
company.
Mm. I totally agree. I'm just curious to hear what the marketing manager says, of course, right? That is always important. So, how will you celebrate your anniversary, Volker?
We'll do a 2 days celebration. So the first day is for our partners, friends, customers, and we will have official people from Japan coming and having an opening speech and all those things here in house. Then we will go to a very fancy location. I can tell now where it is
Of course,
later.
it must be some secrets, right?
It's a surprise for the others.
Yeah.
And the second day we kept for family and friends
Oh,
of us
nice.
here. So we have a full day. It's kind of an open house, but we will have entertainment for the kids and for everything. So that everybody really will see the family of the others, of the colleagues, and we'll all have a good day together.
I like that approach, and I think that is also telling a lot about you as a company, because I think that all of us are often working many hours and sometimes also different time zones, and then having a celebration where you also invite your family. I think it becomes more and more important in the future. As you know from our non-event, we also invite our own families to participate, so our guests can see how we are, what creates the foundation of what we do when we are at home. I think that's super great. And how many people do you expect to come on those 2 days?
We expect on the Family and Friends Day, I would call it, around about 400 to 500 people.
Wow, that's a party, right?
Yeah, it is indeed.
So are you
For the
planning to set up a few karaoke machines, or what is the plan?
um, no,
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 you should
we are
do
not.
that, right?
I definitely not. Maybe some others, but no, we have a lot of entertainment things for the people. We have live music,
Mm,
trucks. There is a lot going on for children.
mm,
Um, we will do here in house with our machinery some things. So I'm pretty much sure nobody will get bored.
mm. The way that you do things in Europe, like for example, you're celebrating your anniversary, is that similar to how the Americans and the Japanese do things, or is that also again a little bit different from region to region?
I think it's different, but to be honest, I was never invited to US or Japan to the 50th anniversary.
That's bad.
So everybody feel free to invite me.
Yeah.
And no, and I hope it is different because each region has its own culture,
Mm,
has its own ways to celebrate
mm,
things, and I think it's very important that this also stays. That it's not one global kind of party.
mm. Volker, the success that we already spoke about, is that also because you are your own domino, and it seems like the entire everything that you touch as a company seems to be successful. And we spoke a little bit about why it has become a success. Do you think when your predecessors look back at the 100th anniversary, right? Do you think that brother can keep momentum and keep growing?
First of all, I hope so, but I think our strategy works, and it's proven in the last years. We are not planning to change it drastically.
Mm,
Brother is always willing to adjust their strategies
mm,
because of things what happened around us.
mm,
But I think we are very well built up for the future, and as I said, the last years showed,
mm.
and we will not change it drastically.
Fantastic. Well, I want to thank you very much for taking time to talk to me this morning here about your fantastic company, the products, and also the anniversary. I wish I could be there, but as you know, it's always difficult to find dates that are not in let's say comparing to other events that we unfortunately said yes to. But I think that we will somehow find out to celebrate you, maybe remote, who knows, right? But we will figure something out, I'm sure about that. And I want to thank you very much for your time here. So again, a warm congratulations, and also again, thank you for the collaboration we have with you guys. Always a pleasure. So thank you very much, sir.
you're more than welcome, and we will have a drink next time we meet for the celebration.
I hope so. I hope so. Well, that's great. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.